This is Rockin' with Jam Man and
Hey,
with Ventruss. How you doing, man?
What's going on, bud?
Nada. Just enjoying life, swimming in the pool. Kind of like the rain days sometimes in the summer, but sometimes not. You get it.
Oh yeah, I understand. I see you got a little tan. Looks like you've been out in the pool having fun outside. I mean, it's summertime,
The
so I
only
mean,
thing that sucks about getting a tan is that I always get a sunburn. But it comes out really good, so I gotta look really good. So,
hey,
brace
dude,
myself,
yeah,
here I come.
let's go, let's go.
Now, before we get into it, can you give me a little backstory on the band?
Backstory of the band. Okay, so the band started. All right, so for those who don't know, we were called Ventruss from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. The band started around 2012. I was a senior in high school, and I started with a group of guys from around my area. And over time, the lineup changed, and with that lineup, we were playing shows at the House of Blues New Orleans, and we were kind of like really, really working our way up into the local scene, which honestly was a challenge because what we were trying to do back in 2012, 2013 wasn't really popular. The hard rock, we weren't really as much of a metalcore band as we are now. We were more of a hard rock band, and post-hardcore was kind of like taking over the scene. And bands in our age range, that's what they were playing. So it kind of took us a little while to like get momentum until we found was actually the older scene that kind of took us in and allowed us to really spread our wings and cut our teeth. And fast forward a couple of years later, this lineup has been together for about 4 years now, since 2017. And since then, obviously, bigger and better things, as we've continued to do through the course of our tenure as a band. And yeah, here we are today, talking to the Jam Man.
Yeah. Wow. You actually said that pretty good. You explained that pretty good.
Oh, thank you.
Now, congratulations on your new single, Sentiment.
Thank you.
Now, that was awesome. That was awesome. But
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, that one was a interesting. That one was a very, very. It's actually a tough one to write, but yeah, it was definitely. It was. We were glad with the way it came out.
what inspired you to write this? What inspired you?
Well, Jesse, my man over here, came up with the riff, and it was just heavy. It just when we first wrote it, it was in a different tuning, and it was kind of I don't know, it kind of just seemed like like I actually like the weird thing about it is, and like this, I haven't really told. I don't think I've told anybody. So, Jam Man, you're the first one to hear this on your channel. Whenever we first wrote it, it was in drop C, and I was actually writing it about fighting my warehouse manager at my job because he was such a mean dude. And I was like, it was literally like about messing him up until we dropped it into drop B, and it became way darker, and it kind of like brought me. Okay, so there was this girl that I knew a couple years ago, and we got along really good. And then for a while we didn't, and unfortunately she passed away in a way that it's just so hard to see somebody pass away that way. And people can only take so much and whatnot, but it really affected me because I didn't even find out until like 2 weeks later. And it kind of like brought me to a point where I was mentally weak, to wherever I was not really myself, and not confident in myself, not really looking at life the way I should have been looking at life. And it kind of really opened a lot of doors to me. It made me like look at life in a more positive manner. So
Sorry for your loss, man. Very sorry.
yeah, it was rough, and then losses kind of like affected my life over the last couple of years. I just lost my dad in October, so which we have a song about that in the coming months. So I'm really excited to release that one. That one was really a tough one to write as well.
So, is this just a single, or do you have more music coming?
Oh, we got more music coming, definitely. We actually, you're the first one to hear this too. We're shooting a video next Saturday for a new song.
I guess
So
I'm a lucky guy.
Boo, yeah, you're getting all the news, man. You're getting all of the you're getting like literally like all of like the stuff that we haven't told anybody. So you are one lucky young man.
Thank you. I seen you have a big show coming up with Buck Sherry. How cool is that?
That's gonna be great, man. I'm gonna let Jesse take the floor because I've been talking my head off. So Jesse, man,
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
yes, you can't
Dude,
see you though.
I'm sorry, guys. My phone's acting up. I can't have the camera on for some reason.
oh, that's all
Um,
right then. You can, if that's okay.
But I'll
yeah,
let-
I'll just talk. So, what was the question?
Buck
Sorry,
Sherry
guys.
with the big show with Buck Sherry.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Oh, the big show at Buck Cherry.
Yes, thank you.
Oh. Yeah, I can't wait for that one, man. It's gonna be awesome. It's our first actual show locally since before COVID. So it's gonna be a big one for us because we have a lot of friends locally that come out and support us. So it's gonna be definitely a big one for sure.
You should cover Crazy B as your last song when you when you're opening for them.
Actually, yeah, I mean that would be fun too. You know what's funny is I'm a Lyft and Uber driver right now, and I'll get people in my car, and I'll have some rock music on, and they'll all be like, "Oh man, who sang that song, Crazy B?" Like, and it's just hilarious because I have my tickets for the show in my car. It's like funny you ask about that. I'm actually opening up for them, and then they don't believe me. Then I tell them my band's name. I show them my band on Spotify. This isn't the ticket. It's actually a ticket for our show with Adelaide's Way. But then I'm like, check it.
Don't you want to keep that classified?
Wait, what was that?
You want to keep that classified?
That's right. Oh man, dude!
Man,
not only do we do an interview with the Jam, and we're also having a jig session.
Jig session.
Oh,
You got a really loud clap.
oh man, I do. My cousin taught me how to clap whenever we were kids. Just excuse me, cup like the palm of your hand, a little bit, not as much as this. I'm kind of exaggerating, but just kind of like make sure it's like a cup, and it takes practice, and then just like your fingers into that cup. Yeah, he taught me that whenever I was a kid, and I've always clapped that way, and like especially like if I'm cheering for somebody at an event, God, the people next to me jump.
Yeah, dude, one of the best things is me and Ben's clap together. Like we'll just high five and it's like the loudest clap.
It's like you can hear it down the street, like it's like that, like yeah, me and Jesse's handshake, and then like we can never finish the handshake unless we get that thick clap because it's just not right, and like we'll do it for like 3 or 4 times and then boom,
Distant.
Gotta
Gotta have the sound. Gotta have the sound. It won't work.
Got to, man.
How did the pandemic affect you guys?
Man, Jesse, you can take the floor on this one, my man.
The pandemic, I mean, no one was really expecting this whole year and a half of like just monstrosity of events that happened. I mean, it's definitely take a toll on a lot of bands, speaking out for pretty much every band out there. I mean, one of the biggest ways to make money is by playing shows and relying on people buying your merch, your CDs, everything like that. So when you can't, when you don't have the opportunity to play shows, it's pretty much like going on a hiatus, but like every band's going on a hiatus. So it took about a year and a half to get back to where we are now, and things are starting to open up. So we're a local band, so like we we where we're at, I would say we could definitely hold our own financially. But a lot of bands, like I know a lot of bands definitely like broken up from it, and it's a really tough thing to deal with. So, and I know it's a lot of political stuff, and we don't really worry about that. We're here for the music, so that's what matters most, and we're gonna always keep pushing no matter what. So we're just glad that we're getting back out there again, and we're ready to freaking push forward more than we ever did. So
Well, yes, it did take a very big toll. COVID was definitely like a very big hit to the music industry. Lots of rock bands, lots of small rock bands had to break up. Some people even lost their jobs. Some people even lost their homes. It was very,
yeah,
they couldn't work. So,
Oh yeah, I mean, I got laid off from my job, so I mean, it was rough, and then I'd get in points where I'd forget what I'd even did, like I'd forget that I was even a musician, it's just like because you're not doing it all the time, and it's just you're not surrounded by you literally go to work all week, come home on the weekend, and then like what to do now? You can't even go out and do nothing. You just sit at home. It's like I don't know, it was such a depressing part of my life, and then like I mean, don't it's hard to bring it up again, but then not seeing my family all the time. And then my dad has this accident. And then it's just, damn, like I didn't even get to spend that time with him. It's just a lot, and it was definitely a rough time for me personally. And then for a lot of other people, but, as we put in our not our first EP, our self-titled EP, the intro track, if you are tormented by the shadow that follows you, remember, wherever shadows fall, there's light nearby. So I've managed to kind of keep that in my mind and realize that, if something is like, like there's a dark shadow over your head, eventually the light's going to shine just because there's no way it can just last that long. It's kind of like you work out and your bones break down and like that's what happens whenever you're sore and everything, your muscles are breaking down so they can be built back better. So, and and actually, like I've actually been going through a lot of stress right now because I had a really bad acid reflux attack and it drove my voice out. So like for like 2 weeks, I haven't really been able to sing, and it's been like driving me absolutely insane. But it's finally starting to come back, and I don't know. Maybe I'm trying to keep like that mentality of, breaking it down and build it back up better, and now I got on some medicine. I'm not having acid reflux attacks anymore because, like, I mean, I've had acid reflux my whole life, but it just out of nowhere just started. And like, I wouldn't even eat spicy food, nothing like that. It just was really, really just affecting me. And I was like waking up at 3 a.m. having horrendous attacks. And I would wake up and like you swore I was doing nothing but yelling the day before. I couldn't even talk. It was scary, man.
are you excited to get back on the road?
Heck yes.
absolutely. That's the number one motivator right there, is the fact that shows are opening up again. Like that is the journey, is the road. So we're definitely like interested, or we're very excited to get back out there again, and we have a lot of cool stuff in the future coming up. So just keep on the lookout.
What is your favorite memory from playing the show?
You go first,
Mm,
Jesse.
man, my first memory, I'm sorry, my favorite memory at a show would probably have to be um either two shows. I would say the first show that stands out to me the most is um our EP release show back in 2019. And it was nothing like almost selling out your local amphitheater, and everyone singing your songs and just going crazy, mosh pits everywhere. Like that nothing feels more supportive than seeing everyone like that at your show supporting you. Like that, to me, that was like my favorite thing ever. And to have that, like, have every show like that, that would be the most probably greatest achievement to accomplish. And I know a lot of bands have that opportunity, so we're ready for that one too. But that to me, that was my favorite thing, is watching all those fans sing our songs and mosh pitting it up. And but probably my second will probably be my first show, which is my first show with Ventruss, was opening up for Superjoint at House of Blues, for the almighty Phil Anselmo. So it was a huge thing for my first show. Like it was already a monster to accomplish, not just a local show, but like one for a show that size and with that crowd and opening up for Phil. Like it was just crazy. So that was another favorite of mine for sure.
What is your worst memory from playing a show? What is your worst?
Sure. Well, my best memory, I'm gonna make mine quick so I can answer that next one. My best memory is either opening up for Phil, because I'm a huge Pantera fan, which is a super joint show, and then also EP release show. So I have to agree on that one as well. I'm trying to think of there's one more fun. We played with 10 Years in New Orleans, and Johnny from Nothing More came, and he came to see us because he didn't even know 10 Years was playing. So that was an awesome memory. But yes, you said, what was the question? What was the worst memory?
Yeah, what was your worst memory?
Okay, so this is before Jesse was in the band. We played out in Houma, Louisiana, and I drove my dad's truck because I didn't have my truck was broken. So drove his truck. Nobody comes to the show. The venue owners are rude as hell. While we're playing, police come in the venue. And we're like, what the hell is going on? Somebody hit my dad's truck while we were playing on the road. So I had to come out there and assess the situation, thinking that it's okay, somebody's drunk. No, I'm illegally parked. So I have to fight with the police all night. We totally don't even get to play again. It was hell, you know. And
Louisiana then.
wait, what's that?
Don't go to Louisiana, folks. If you're a small band and you get to play there, do not do it. Do not.
Or don't play in Houma. Well, Homa's fun. You just don't park on the street. You know, park in the back, man. Trying to think of another worst memory. Our merch guy got really drunk with Attila, and he had to go to the emergency room. That was not really that fun. And we had to stay with him till like 3 a.m. That was
crazy.
Jesse, what about you? What's your worst memory?
Probably my worst memory, I would say, is probably the time we played at the District, and we were opening up for Adelita's Way. Or no, it was Endure the Afflictions EP release, and the final song was our first debuting of Talladega, and it was such a everyone knew that song was coming, and that we were gonna play it, so it was very hyped, and everyone was in the crowd was ready to go, and the first part of the song, there's that one main riff that you hear with nothing but just guitar, and sure enough, I was playing it, and right before the band kicked on, my amp just blew up for some reason. Not actually blown up, but it straight up the fuse, something happened with the fuse, and my whole amplifier just turned off, and it was so embarrassing. But it was very embarrassing, but the show must go on. That's my mentality with it. So it's not gonna phase me like it would for some people, because it is an embarrassing moment. But it was just screw it. Let's just fix it. Let's go and keep it going. But yeah, the whole band had to stop. Everyone was let down, but it was all good vibes though. But when the band did come back and replay the song, it was probably one of the best versions we've ever played it. So it was bittersweet.
What is next for you?
Well, we have these shows coming up. We've got Buck Cherry in Baton Rouge. We're opening up for Buck Cherry July 20th at the Basin. We have a show in Ocean Springs, Mississippi with a lot of good friends of ours, like an Envision, Kingdoms Collapse. out in at the Juke Joint July 24th for Dirty 30 Fest, put on by the Sound 228. We also have a show with Adelita's Way in Jackson, Mississippi on August 20th. As well as that, we got new music, videos we're shooting next week, and just a lot of good stuff that we can't really say right now because it's too soon and our management doesn't want us to say it. So yeah, and or all, either that or it's not confirmed, so we don't want to give out false hope. So, but yeah, that's what we have coming up for us, man. We just got a lot of good, no bad, all good, all smiles.
If you could book your dream tour, who would be on it, on the bill?
Jesse, you go first.
If I had a dream tour, I would say definitely we would open the show. After, I would say probably Coheed and Cambria. After that, I would want to say probably Periphery or Contortionist, one of those bands. I love those guys. And then Metallica. I've always had like a dream of opening up for James and Lars and Kirk and Rob. That would be so sick. And I know it's probably cliche too, but still.
For me, I'm gonna have to say us opening, obviously. Man, that could go in so many directions. Like I wouldn't even can't even tell you. Okay, so us opening, I'd probably put Trivium in there somewhere. Okay, this is no order for the rest of the bands. Trivium, Kill Switch Engage, I'd throw in there as like as a band. Disturbed and Slipknot. I think that would be it. Or Seven Dust. What am I saying? Seven Dust. We'll throw Seven Dust in
Okay,
there.
I thought it was. I was like, I never heard of that band, but okay.
Yeah. Oh yes. Yeah, Seven. See, I know. I seen the interview. I love Morgan, dude. Morgan's a homie, dude. I love that guy.
Yeah, Morgan Doobie.
Morgan's the man.
Yeah, Morgan's fun as hell, dude. He's always a trip, always a friendly dude whenever you see him. Hold on, I got something cool.
Hey,
What
this
is
is
it?
actually a picture of Seven Dust right here.
Oh, hell yes. I've actually sang on stage with them whenever I was 19 years old. I got on stage and sang Splinter with them unexpectedly. I just got Vinny, their bass player, pulled me up on stage and I got to sing and it actually came out really good. And there's a video of it on YouTube, on Facebook. I'll have to tag you in it. But here we go.
Oh, that's so cool.
That's the man.
But and also when I was 5 or 4, have you ever heard of USA?
What was that?
Have you ever heard of that band called USA, who played in the Rapids?
I think so, yeah.
Do you remember a kid actually going on stage with them?
That does sound familiar. Is that you?
Yeah.
What? Okay, word. Look at that, man. You're quite the rock star yourself.
Oh no, I've been a child of rock since I got born. I was
Shoot.
like literally like 9 months or 1 week and I was at a rock concert. So
Dude, out the womb.
Well, sorry. How did my followers follow you? Sorry. How did my followers?
Oh, it's all good. Really, honestly, the best way that followers can follow us is www.ventrussmusic.com. You can find all of our social medias on there. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, everything. MySpace, Bebo, Spotify,
iHeartRadio.
What's that?
iHeartRadio.
I think we're on Pandora now. I'm not sure. That's always been a hit or miss with them. And what else? We're pretty much on anything that anyone can get their typical streaming on. So just search VNTRUSS on any page you're at and you'll find us.
Well, thank you for being on my show, guys. The next time we talk is at the backstage of one of your shows, dude. Please.
Absolutely. Hey, send us your address and your sizes again.
Okay.
Please. Sorry. It's been so long. A lot of stuff got caught up, but we're gonna make sure I do that this week.
All right. Thank you. Have a good one, guys.
You too, my man. Thank you.
Thank you.
Peace out, Jam Man.
Peace out. Peace.